Let's talk about what happens to your hair after you have a baby, because nobody told me. There's a lot of things people don't tell you about pregnancy or postpartum, because honestly, there's just so much going on with your body that it's hard for somebody to explain all of it. I'm pregnant for the second time, so I'm about to go through it all again, but if you are pregnant or have a newborn or going through this video is for you. So when you're not pregnant and just in your everyday life, your hair goes through 3 cycles: the growing phase, the shedding phase, and the just like living on your hair phase. This is healthy. It happens to everybody. Sometimes if you're sick, you'll notice more shedding. If you're doing things to promote growth, you'll notice more growth. But when you're pregnant, your hair doesn't shed as much as it normally does, which is why when you're pregnant, you typically have really thick, luxurious hair. And a lot of times the prenatal vitamins that you're on will also help that as well. You might also notice that your nails are really long and thick and grow faster. It's the same thing with your hair. Then after you give birth, usually around 3, 4, 5, 6 months is when you start to notice a major hair shedding, hair fallout. And all of a sudden, this is my photo, you start to look like this. I'll add another couple photos of other clients that I have as well. But you'll notice really the little like temple bald spots, and your hair is coming out in way more clumps than it used to, either in the shower or when you brush it. There's 2 reasons this happens. The first is because your body just went through a lot. It's similar if you had a major surgery and you're noticing a lot of hair fallout, or if you went through COVID or got really sick, you notice a lot of hair fallout. It's kind of like your body's trauma response almost. The second reason is because you weren't shedding so much hair when you were pregnant. That's why it was so thick. It kind of skipped that shedding phase, and now it's catching up to itself and trying to shed out all that hair that it's ready to be shed. And of course, it just seems unfair because you have a newborn, you're finally at 3 months or so starting to get into the rhythm of everything, and then this happens and you feel like your confidence just tanks, at least mine did. And the thing is, you can't stop the cycle. It's a natural cycle that your hair has to go through. But what you can do is get ahead of the growth and the thickness and help increase that to close that gap and get your hair thicker and back to where it was before you were even pregnant.